Charlie Kirk is not somebody. This isn't the horseshoe theory, right? I mean, maybe in some people's minds it is, but this isn't like, oh, we see the world very differently, but we kind of converge on this one issue. I know that Cenk Uygur stands for ethical, principled, humanistic values. Charlie Kirk opposes all of that. So when you stand on stage with him, you lend legitimacy to him. Now I hear you saying, "Oh well, they won the election. They kicked our ass. They already have legitimacy." Yeah, they have electoral power. That's not the same as legitimacy. You're giving moral legitimacy to them. You're encouraging people to say, "Hey, our political differences are just that." And it allows people to frame our political differences as minor differences of opinion, as opposed to high stakes moral, ethical issues that reflect our fundamental humanity.
So I started the largest progressive network. I've given dozens of progressives opportunities they didn't have before. I started Just Democrats, et cetera, et cetera. The minute I disagree, like 5% on trans issues or crime, everybody's like right wing, fascist, right wing. Almost every show is saying that. Almost every show. So you telling me that you don't push people out? You're pushing out the movement overall. At least the online left movement seems to be trying to push out the one network that has helped progressives more than any other network, and it's not in dispute. But my God, we have 5% disagreement. So tear it down.
Yes, within the space of 5 days, I have seen all kind of clips on social media. The very day Cenk went with Charlie Kirk on stage, actually embraced the Republican Party, though he's still a Democrat. Things have never been the same. Democrats are against him like never before. This is what I'm saying every day. The civil war in the Democrat Party is something we have seen over and over. They don't want to see you interact with people on the other party if you're a Democrat. They don't want to see that. But Cenk here is struggling to change this mentality by saying no. What we should do, we can disagree on policies, a lot of things, but we should have common grounds. We should be able to sit down and talk together. He realized that consecutive are fun of that. There are people who welcome you. You can have conversation with them, but on the other side, it is totally different. Like now, see how Republicans are going after each other because of policy. I think that is good. You should be able to disagree no matter we are in the same party when it concerns policies. These people don't focus on that. They focus on other things that are irrelevant. They don't want to see you with someone on the other side crazy. If we want to segregate because of politics like that, then I don't think it is necessary and it's important. I show you how this lady went off on him.
Here is him asking you about left media. And I gotta say, Cenk, this one sucked real hard for me.
The left has some work to do in developing over-the-top media to be able to bypass the main networks.
Yeah, so we have TYT as a giant network, but we have a lot of great progressive and populist shows that are not part of TYT, that's in the left-wing ecosystem. I don't think that that's the issue. I don't think that there isn't enough shows. I think that there's a couple others. One, on the right, you guys do a great job of coalescing. Okay, so you do a couple of things well. You work together well, and you're more welcoming, if I'm being honest. If you agree with MAGA 5%, the answer you get is welcome, right? Come join us, right? On the left, if you disagree 5%, they go, get out of here, you're a right-winger, you're a fascist.
I watched this whole I watched the whole clip, and it started off, and I was like, this is pretty good. This moment, like, truly a part of me died when I watched this.
Wow, I can't believe that.
Yeah. Oh, super. Just like shriveled up and died, floated away into the ocean. He asks you about left-wing media and why there isn't more left-wing media, which already, as you are there, in the sort of kingdom of turning points, that's such a dig. Like, why are you guys so weak is effectively what he's saying. And instead of pointing out the way that TPUSA has been bankrolled by Republican mega donors out of Chicago and many other places for years now, and talking about how the Daily Wire was funded by the fracking brothers, the Wilkes brothers. Now they're fishing for new, investors, whatnot, but that there is so much money on the right. He handed this answer to you on a platter, and all you said was, you know what? You guys are really good at being welcoming. People just like you. Cenk, they've got all the money.
I didn't say people just
what
like
are you
me. That's very
talking
different.
about? That's effectively what you're good at coalescing. And here's my question to you about so that's just number one on the media, because that just stings because I'm in media. But on the 5%, if you disagree with MAGA 5%, they still welcome you. How did that work out for Liz Cheney?
This is their worst nightmare. Cenk realized that MAGA is not a cult. They don't worship Trump. They disagree with some things Trump says, like, see what is going on now. Not every person would stand with that, but they still go in line with the party.
95%. Yeah, I hear you. So it's that when you disagree with Trump, especially in the past, especially in the first term, etc., you're a goner, right? But they are pushing back even on Trump now. So, and again, on things that we don't agree with, but on COVID, for example, they thought that Trump did too much with protections, etc. And there was and this is really encouraging. When I talk about Team Miriam, Marco Rubio, Elise Stefanik, Mike Huckabee, and Mike Walz. So those are the four that put in by the neocons put in by Miriam Adelson. In the old days, what I would have gotten, Franny, is no way, they're the greatest. They're not neocons. You're a liar. Trump picked them. Trump's the best. Now what I'm getting from the right-wing host, which is amazing, and let alone the base, they're all saying, yeah, I hear you. We got concerns about them. We got concerns. Okay. So that's the thing I never heard before.
Yes, there are a lot of things that I've seen that this guy says, and it goes in lines with this MAGA movement. E.g., we have these issues of member of Congress doing trading and limiting age in Congress. These are things I've seen advocating for, and it goes in line with a lot of people. I understand he will never be a Republican. That is a fact. That is what I've seen with him. He will always be a Democrat, but it is important sometimes to work with people who have certain common goals with you. Not only him, this Philip guy who ran against Biden actually said, oh, MAGA movement is not bad, because he looked deep into it and realized there are common things that he agreed with them, and they are able to associate with him.
Destructive extreme left that I honestly, that portion, that kind of destructive attitude is poison. It's not just poison to us, it's poison to our chances of winning.
Boom.
Because we keep pushing people out, we keep pushing people out, and then all of a sudden we lost all the swing states and we lost the popular vote. I'm trying to get our side to wake up, snap out of our hypnosis of we hate, and we hate the right wing, and they're all white supremacists, and they're all racist, and they're all sexist, and we hate, and we never go in the room with them, we hate. What the hell happened to us? And no one's allowed to disagree. We're now authoritarian. No.
Wait,
I
Cenk,
rebel.
can I just clarify?
I will never allow the left to be authoritarian, and this idea of just hating the other side is poison.
You know what's so funny about you calling the left authoritarian is that you think the left has power. Like, I love that you think
total nonsense.
we are on the precipice of real authoritarianism and real fascism. And you believe that the online left are the authoritarians? I mean, I don't know how to tell you. You sound like Bill Maher and Nancy Pelosi had a kid, and it came out, Cenk Uygur. And let me just ask you, though.
Yes, at a certain point, I wanted to believe that this guy is just doing this to attract a base. But this is just not when he started. I have been seeing him doing this for some time now. We should appreciate when somebody is suddenly realizing certain things after making mistakes in the past. He still has that views of liberals, but standing up to say this, we should appreciate him for speaking out. You will hardly see some Democrats say this. He doesn't care if you disagree with him, but you should look at this with different eyes.
Ask you, so what what shows on the left do you like that aren't on the TYT network?
Yeah, so I said, look, there's a lot of good popular shows on the left that I like, and it's because there are. So Breaking Point's a good show. Kyle Kalinski's Secular Talk is a good show. He was against me going on MAGA. I haven't seen his video, but Kyle's been against us a couple of times. But I largely didn't hold a grudge on that.
But wait, let me just stop you. Let me just stop you. First of all, you had a great conversation with Crystal Ball. I think she made some really good points to you on, I think it was on Breaking Points. Kyle has, I think, been very disturbed, especially by your appearance with Charlie Kirk. But what you just said there, they've been against us. I really want to just dig into this idea that, because you're a fighter, man. That's cool. That's great. But like, you really do have a very I almost want to call it Bush-like, Cheney-like, you're with us or against us attitude.
100% wrong.
Like you just literally, I love that you're proving my point. But
No,
when
I
say this, you truly, you sound like people are either against you, but if they criticize you, they are not. And yet, here you are, Cenk, telling the entire right wing that all you want to do is break bread with them, that you want to debate with them, but afterward you want to go have a beer.
Yes, I do.
You want to have a beer with people who want to put people in mass deportation camps. They want to deport.
You think we're going to get put in camps? You sound... All right, anyway.
You think I sound crazy? They're starting with Chinese people. That's my fucking family, dog. Like, what are you talking about?
That's such an excuse. Okay, they're going to start with Muslims. They're going to start with my people. Okay, if they start it all. So stop hiding behind vulnerable communities.
I'm hiding behind vulnerable communities.
Yes, you are. You're using them as human shields.
I'm standing in front of vulnerable communities, Cenk.
No, you're not.
What are you doing?
What you're doing.
Donald Trump isn't one to let bygones be bygones.
The thing that disturbs me is not just that.
If you're seeing some videos behind my clips, please, I'm begging on you. That is just for the algorithm. You can stop here. You must not watch to the end. I usually like to pass this information so you should understand why I'm doing so. It is for the algorithm. Sometimes they don't want to recommend videos, so we know they are sick.
Just, went like, how dare you? Do you even know what an audit is? And I'm like,
women and so many men are
theory that a lot of people seem to be coalescing around.
They were too woke, insisting that people use the term Latinx.
You have to say they. No, you have to do this.
Stop with the virtue signaling.
Step away from woke. Focus less on who is woke and more on who is broke.
I've never seen that.
I saw so many liberals getting super excited every time Kamala had a new celebrity endorsement. But we all know for a fact that these celebrity endorsements are not free.
Oh, is it true that they paid you $1 million for the endorsement for Kamala?
Not true.
Now it's time to unite everybody.
So, with that, I'm going to shake it off.
Figure out a way to say thank you.
That guy's name, he's such an absolute prick. I can't stand him. But anyway,
Hey there. Not doing great. Terrible night last night. It was a terrible night.
What will the rest of us be doing on day one?
Bishop Vigano, he says that
if I look at the big picture, it doesn't look good. So I'm going to work on this.
No matter what's going on out there in the world, of course, the worst things could happen.
One I've known, which is every president, who's been really red.
The ICE officers across the country. The news is right. Maybe they're civilian drone, maybe they're all legal. I just find it hard to believe.
The other thing he said.
Of construction workers are illegal in the U.S. and over 60% are illegal.